Hello, welcome. Hey, we're at 2 o'clock. Should we get started? Jeff, do you want to say anything before we get started?
No, I just want to welcome everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day and the start of the year isn't too crazy, but I know it is, unfortunately. So thanks for taking a moment to come out and learn about GED.
Thank you, Jeff. I'm Lisa Pulo-Sorio from GED Testing Service, and I'm your state relationship manager. And Stephanie asked me if I would do a few professional developments this fall, and this is the first one. So I'm excited to do it, and I'm happy to see that we have a nice little full crowd here. I've invited a new colleague of ours from GED Testing Service, Sean Watts. If you want to say hi, Sean.
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be with you today. Yeah,
We're so
thank you.
glad she's a new state relationship manager with us who just started, and she was the state GED administrator in Georgia, right? Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes, I was.
Congratulations
Yeah,
she
on the
knows
new
a little
job.
bit about this stuff. So, but it's really
exactly.
nice to have you here, Sean. And would you
Thank
mind?
you.
I don't know if I'm not going to be able to keep an eye on the chat in case there's questions. If you wouldn't mind keep an eye and let me know some questions that might come up. I don't mind stopping in the middle to answer some, so we can keep this, casual, and people can come off mute and ask or put up a hand or whatever, or put it in the chat, and there'll be plenty of questions, I'm sure. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get right into the session. There's a lot of slides I wanted to show you, and I can provide the slide deck to your whoever I need to provide it to, maybe Jeff, to distribute to everybody afterwards if that's desired. I think it'll be valuable. Great. Okay. Can you see my screen okay with the what's new in GED?
Looks great.
Okay, great. Thank you. So, I have been here, just to let you know, I'm going on 3 years now, as the state relationship manager. I took on Utah a little bit after I started, so I haven't been a full 3 years with you all yet, but it's been a real pleasure. And I am going to your adult ed conference coming up next month, so I'm looking forward to that. And I have been to that in the past, so I've probably met some of you face to face. And now my thing is not progressing. I don't know how I can do that. Let's see. There we go. Let me just let you know that what I'm going to talk about today is, there is the focus is on what's new. So, of course, GED is such a big, um, there's so much going on at GED that you could cover so many different things, which is why I think Stephanie has set up a whole series of webinars touching on different topics. So that really makes a lot of sense. So this is really just focused on what's new, but I also threw in some things in here like what's new and what's always really good to remember, because sometimes I touch on certain points of certain things like GED Prep Connect, and people don't even realize some certain things that have been around for a while, but they're very important tools. So I just wanted to throw a few things in there that maybe aren't that new, but are important to remember. But this first section, we did redesign the study page for students in their portal. There's also this very exciting new GED mobile app I want to share information about. And there's the test prep coaching program that I bet a lot of you haven't heard about. I want to give you a little bit of corrections update. I don't know if anybody here is from corrections, but I want to just touch on a couple things that are brand new there that are really good, and a little bit on analytics, even though I don't know how many of you have access to analytics, but I felt like I wanted to put a couple things in there just so you know that at least your state people have access to that certain analytics tools, and they're they're useful, so it's good for you to know about. And then always good to remember topics that I have there. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about the new study page redesign. These are basically, this is sort of three pieces. It's the landing page that students are going to go to when they go to the study page. So basically they have offering of GED Ready, see if they want to take the test. It's pretty much it's the layout that's different, but there's a few new things in here. As they scroll down the page, they are offered some products that they can purchase along with the GED Ready test, but GED Plus is a whole program that supports them. It rolled out from GED Works, and it basically is a pass guarantee where they pay a flat price and can get the all of the tests and the practice tests are included as well as an advisor. GED Live is on here and GED Flash, which is going to be available soon in Spanish as well. But then if you scroll down to the bottom of this page, you can see the free items that are offered. I'm gonna minimize this. And I wanted to point out this learning preference assessment. I'm not sure if you all are aware of it, but it's being offered to test takers in order to, first of all, learn that there are different styles of learning, auditory, visual, kinesthetic. And so it explains to them the differences, and it gives them about a 15-minute assessment. I'm going to move forward here. I think I need to
Lisa, we do have a question in chat.
go ahead and ask.
Okay. Yep.
If you could read it.
They want to know, did they see the student now needs to take a civics test in addition to 4 tests?
Not in Utah.
Right.
Not yet that I've heard of. That's Arizona.
Right.
Did I have that on one of my slides by accident? It's
Yeah.
possible from because I was just in Arizona. So I apologize if I left that on one of my slides. But let me see. Yeah, no, it's not in Utah right now.
Okay.
You don't have to do that. This learning assessment, as I was mentioning, they have a 15-minute assessment to take, and then it actually identifies for them what it appears their learning style, their preferred learning style is. And it gives them tips on what kind of studying they can do, what kind of tools they can use that best fit their learning style. Now, this also what their learning style preference is attached to their profile in their account so that if you have GED Manager, you will be able to see what that student's learning style is. And that can be helpful for educators as well in terms of working with that individual student. But it is relatively new, so I didn't know how many of you had already found out about this particular tool that's in their account. I wanted to also point out in this free section, these are not new, but I wanted to make sure that you are always encouraging them to use the test tutorial so that they become familiar with the platform and they're not learning all that when they're sitting and taking the test. It shows them how to flag a question. It shows them, how to highlight. It shows them how to change the font if they need to for a bigger font. So I just wanted to encourage you guys again about using that with the students, encouraging people to use that. And also that test preview at the bottom, that's a good way for them to get a feel of what the content area tests are like. This is what it looks like when they're going into the test tutorial. It shows them how to navigate the page. I don't have a bunch of slides about this. You guys are probably familiar with it, but I wanted to just encourage people to use it. And the test preview, they can pick a subject and say we pick language arts, and it shows them a little feel of what the language arts, the RLA test is like, gives them some sample question and shows them how they can navigate through the pages. So those are just really important tools, I think, to share with the students. The study guides are they're they're not new either, but I don't know if they were in this format, but I like the fact that they show you the progress as you're going along, as you take a study guide. And this is obviously math, and they can go ahead and continue with basic math and continue with that, and it shows their progress in that. Or they can start, the new uh, graphs and functions. I just like the layout of this new study guide. This is also the free practice test question, what it looks like. Um, the score reports are basically the same, that there is one new element to, and this is what it looks like in the student account. There's one new element to it on this screen. When they do click on score report, it'll give them their score, and it also now has a little video. I can't show you the video, it's not, but it will be on this page, and it basically shows them how to link their study materials. This has always been there to link their study materials, but not everybody used it, and we weren't sure if everybody knew how to use it. So we put a little short video in there to give them an idea of how to use it. And then, of course, that shows them to link their whatever kind of curriculum they might be using. As long as it's one of our partner publishers, it'll be listed here. And then, of course, it shows them the skills they need to work on by chapter or page number or whichever section in that particular. This one is essential ed. Where they need to study in order to improve their next outcome. And of course, this does link to the GED manager, so that you can see in real time. You can see what progress they're making in their skills to improve checklist. Now, this is the really exciting new information we have for you. And I would encourage you all to, I'm assuming you have, but I'm encouraging all educators when I go out and do sessions everywhere to please do set up an account for themselves on GED.com. We ask people, I'm just reminding you, to use the name candidate as a last name, so we don't use you in our data. But what's exciting is now you can also download this app from the Apple Store, and it will connect to, as long as you use the same email, it will connect to that fake learner account that you have. And so you can experience what this is like as well. So we really did this because we were trying to reach the independent learners. There's 60 or 70% of our of the test takers who open an account and never end up actually proceeding to taking the test or even studying or doing anything with the account. So we're trying to reach out to those people who somehow they're not going to classes. They're really just, we're trying to meet them where they're at, which is on their phone. Everybody's on their phone. But we're really trying to engage those people who have opened an account but really have not pursued taking the test. But we're finding that it's very helpful for teachers and classes as well. So you can see on the left in purple all the reasons that we did this. We wanted to create the support and delight and connection, and we also wanted to support the study practice and even scheduling tests and all of that. So that is what we're trying to wrap up in this app. I think I was just told this morning that they have the number of downloads, and this is only since June 24. I think it's hit keep me real, Sean, but I think it's 240,000 that have
Yes.
now 240,000 people have now downloaded this app, which is an incredible number in just over a year. And these numbers now, just a month ago. They're already outdated, but they are really 74% are finishing the account setup, and 46%, almost half, are actually engaging in the app questions. It's actually got a very high rating in the App Store. This is an extreme. I think it is up at the top. I don't know what that means, but it flies to the top of the list of all the apps about um, uh, maybe somebody else knows that better than me, but there's all kinds of stats that are showing that this is really sitting well with people. A very, very new, exciting aspect of it. This guy, his name is Sid, and he now is an AI tutor in math. Now, we're going to add other content for him to be a tutor in, but we decided to start with the content that people most struggle with. So he is a math tutor, and he's available, obviously, 24/7. He now speaks 250 languages. So they're going to have support probably in their own language if they want it. So that's a really exciting new development. And these are some stats about that. We're finding, I don't know if you can look at the bottom of that, the left-hand panel, fewer than 30 out of context messages have been sent by students. So really, and I'm calling them students even if they're independent, so testers, they are really asking math questions. You can see the keywords that they're using. These are real questions that they're getting real answers to, and it's definitely showing that their confidence is going up. And you'll see some stats in a minute that will share that their testing is improving, that the scores are higher. So we're trying to create this study loop. So the goal is increasing engagement. We just feel like it does increase engagement by giving people short lessons that give them a quick sense of progress, and it continues to just sort of cycle to give them more content as they finish lessons, unlock chapters, and it's a good flow for them, and nothing is too heavy or too long, and it seems to be giving a real sense of satisfaction and confidence. This guy Sid shows them their progress, and he helps them with setting goals and planning. So he's able to also track the progress. There's free daily practice questions and a study setup. At the moment, we've connected it to Kaplan. The purpose of choosing that product over others is, and this is, uh, we're going to add more, but we wanted to start with the one that we knew is free in most libraries. So we wanted to try and of course, this is a free app, and we wanted to fill it up with everything free before we start offering things for them to purchase on there. So that's why we're using the Kaplan as the curriculum that's in the app, but we will be adding others as well. This is practice that they get with the study tool. They get guidance, as you can see. They're offered lessons. They are given a path. They are able to do scheduling. They are reminded of their testing times. So there's so much going on in here that's very exciting. It is keeping track of their time. Another statistic we heard, I think the previous stat I had heard is people are averaging about 7 minutes with the app. I think that has now gone up to 14 minutes with the app. 15 minutes with the app is average time per day, which is really incredible. Now, it hasn't happened yet, but we're hoping to be able to track the time and give that information to allow access through GED Manager, so that as you are able to view that student, you can see what amount of time they have spent on the app doing studies. That's important. That could possibly affect people's funding to, you can add that time, those minutes. But the fact that they're engaging 15 minutes average is a really amazing stat. And basically, this guy just cheers them on. He started off as a cheerleader. Now he's an AR tutor and a cheerleader, but he really supports them all the way. These are some other important metrics. I'll just let you glance at that. I just think everything is showing success with this. Have any other questions come into the chat so far?
Nope, no other questions.
Okay, great. This is showing you the stats that I was talking about, that we're showing improved outcomes. So if they have engaged with this green line with 20 or more questions, their score seems to go up. And that's really not even a lot of questions. So it's actually, and I think a big part of it, and actually student feedback has said that it's the confidence that's really improving with the app. Several lots of people were asked before they used the app how they felt, and they were showing a real issue with confidence. And after they started using the app, there was almost nobody saying they were having issues with confidence. So I think it's not only the questions that are giving them more information, but also just sort of a feeling of, I can do this.
Right. We do have a couple of questions.
Great.
The first question is, for the free Kaplan materials, do students have to enter a library card number, or can they just use it?
Just well, they'll have to I believe they'll have to get their own book from the library in order to go beyond what is being presented to them in the app. So Sean, do you have a more
Yeah.
clear answer to that?
Yes, that's my understanding as well. So it'll be referenced, the materials are referenced, and then to go deeper, they would need to get the
Yeah, and
book.
we don't ask
Yeah.
for a library number or anything. That's just on
Right.
their own. We just know that it's available in libraries, so we're just focusing on that one.
Right. And then the second question is, the app is only available on iPhones. Is that correct?
So far. So I'll come to the slide in a minute, but we're anticipating in the fall. We're in the fall, so sometime this fall, it's going to be available on Android.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That's all we have right now.
Great. And I did put a stat at the bottom of this page here also, that it looks like 57% of mobile app users are studying independently, but they are also encouraged to take classes. So I think there's various places in the app, and they are able to locate, I believe they're able to locate classes in the app. I'm not sure about that, but I can double check on that. So this is just more of the pass rate. As people engage in the mobile app, you can see higher success rate. Wanted you to see where you lie on here. You're right between DC and California. You have a portion of your learners, are 9% of your learners in your state have downloaded the app. Just so you know. These are some of the ways teachers are using the app. Um, it'll be even more exciting to use when we have more connectivity to the GED manager. But little by little, we are getting that worked on. But yeah, you can see how clearly there's lots of ways that classes can use the app as homework, warm up, digital literacy. There's all kinds of ways that it's being used. So this is the roadmap I was referring to. And when I said Android, that's what's coming next right here. They are also talking about doing it in Spanish. It's been pushed back a little bit. They're telling me maybe in 2026 sometime. But definitely the AI tutor is probably going to be having more content tutoring soon as well. So that's an exciting this has just been a really exciting time for it. You guys can download it if you want from this QR code, but you can also go to the Apple Store and download it. You just need to type in GED and me. That's how it's listed there, and it it would probably be fun to play with. I'm going to mention a little bit about this GED test prep coaching program. It's on, you don't have to have GED Manager. You can access it directly from GED.com under educators. It's down at the bottom of, if you hover over educators in the educators and administrators portal. And it's really trying to support with test mastery mindset. It's focused on soft skills. So we're really finding that there's so many people that languish in that just a little bit short of passing the test. But we're trying to avoid just giving that ready test over and over again, or just, cramming more and more information. We're trying to also address, it's not all about academics. Testing is a lot more than knowing the information. There's test anxiety, there's study skills, there's all kinds of other skills that we decided it would be really good to help support students to develop. So what we've done is this coaching program. Basically, an educator can earn a badge by taking these 6 learning modules. It takes all of 45 minutes. It's very short amount of time invested. And then the student from their portal can take a brief assessment. Again, I think that's maybe 15 minutes. It's not a long assessment, but it evaluates, and the student receives the report, not the teacher. So the teacher would have to sit with a student at their portal and review the report. But once they've gone through this coaching program, this certification, they also have a manual, a guide, and it will help them support the student to look at the 4 dimensions of motivation, confidence, responsibility, and resilience. And then under those dimensions, there's 16 competencies that further define them. And they work together to focus on the ones that the assessment said they should probably focus on. And we're just finding that it's another way to support students to just get over the edge. An example is breathing techniques. If there's anxiety, there's actually a lesson on breathing techniques to not only does that calm someone and relieve anxiety right before the test to do it, it also provides oxygen to the brain, which is something that helps in the test as well. So, and they talk about, planning your time. Are you planning your time well? Are you organized with your work? So these are the soft skills that this coaching program addresses, and we're thinking that it might help some people to just get over the edge with just a few, if they're just a few points short. So we like it. I wanted to give you a little corrections update. I'm not sure how many of you are in corrections, but there's always an issue when someone is released and them accessing their account upon release. So now we have a way that corrections officers can put the inmate email in there, and it remains like the secondary email, and the primary email is the corrections email, which is what needs to be used when they're setting up the account in corrections. But now we have a place to put the inmate email, and then it actually will, when the person is released, it will revert back to their email, and it will always show on their profile what that personal email is, but it won't revert back to that until they're released. So this is going to help people a lot, because there's a lot of people that have trouble accessing their account after they've been released, and a lot of coordination that does happen sometimes and doesn't happen sometimes, or if people move to another state, it's even more complicated. So this is going to probably solve a lot about that. And I just wanted to make sure you all knew about this. This is what it looks like in the student detail, and this is what it looks like in their profile.
And we actually have a couple of questions and comments. So, first of all, it seems to be very positive that this is going to be great for corrections. I absolutely agree. And we have a question. We have an adult ed program in the state that wants to set up a GED site. How can we go about that process?
Testing site, is that, I'm assuming? That's a GED testing
A
site?
GED site in a jail. So are we?
Oh,
yes, it is
so
a
testing.
testing site.
Yeah. So you can reach out to me, and then and my email is going to be at the end of this presentation, and you can I would connect you to all the right people, and actually also send you a document that we've put together that has a link to the application and gives you sort of a step-by-step guide to how to do that. So just reach out to me, and I will send you that and also connect you to the right
Yes, so
people.
Jeff is going to, that was his question, and he'll reach out. And then we wanted to know about mobile unit. So I'm not quite sure with the question. Are we asking
It would
if
be
the
the
mobile
same.
unit?
It would be the same process. Reach out to me, and I have a different document that I would send that gives the step-by-steps of the mobile unit, and I would connect you to the same person. Our person is Natalie Cummins, and she is awesome. And she is our Pearson Testing Center liaison, who is set up. She only works with GED in that role for Pearson, and she would be the person who would sort of help that process begin, but I could provide the document as well. We have one for the mobile units as well.
Okay, and I think we want to clarify for this email, would that also apply for mobile units? As far as providing an email, the email address
Yeah,
once they're
yeah,
released.
because mobile units um, go through the same process.
Yeah.
They still have to set up a corrections email, and the person still has there's no different layout to the profile if it's a mobile unit.
Okay.
So
All right.
yeah.
Thank you. That's everything we have.
Great. I'm just going to give you a brief analytics update. I'm not sure how many people have access to it, but I just wanted you to see. You would be going into jurisdiction for this and additional reports. And I wanted you to see that we now have a GED Prep Center's performance reports. And this is what the dashboard looks like. So um, it it's just a little more information for you, and it's also something then that the state administrator can now see for all of Utah. So I'm going to show you that this is what, as you scroll down, what it looks like. I wanted to say on this slide that you see this 7,000 interested. I'm going to talk about GED Prep Connect soon in this presentation. And what this is all the people out there who have signed up for GED.com account who have said, yes, I'm interested in taking classes, and they selected a class, a prep center, and then nothing happened after that. Or maybe they did go and enroll. But if you are a GED manager at a site, a prep site, there's a way to go into GED Prep Connect and identify the people who are interested in your site, and you can reach out to them and invite them to an open house, or if they came in to enroll, you can switch them from interested to enrolled. And when you do that, if all of you guys do that, this number will go down, the interesteds will go down, and the enrolleds will go up, or the contacted will go up, or the dismissed. So I want to just make sure you guys know this, because now with this dashboard, everybody can see, or at least anybody who has analytics can see that there's all these interested people, but we don't know if anybody's reached out to them or not. Um, as you scroll down farther on this landing page, it will also show you some statistics about the interested, contact, and enrolled over time. So it's just a interesting information. It will also show how many learners produced credentials, and it does show by prep center as well. So I don't have them in here, but that's how it will appear for the analytics user. There's also, as you scroll down on this additional reports, where we originally started with the prep center, there's a test center detail dashboard as well. It doesn't have quite as much information. We're trying to get more information in there, but it does tell you, this number over here, I believe, is 19. So it does tell you how many mobile active sites there are in Utah, how many fixed active sites there are, and down below here, it does tell the state the ID number and the name. It also shows how many workstations are there. We're hoping to also get more information in this as well, but I just wanted you guys to see this. I wanted to highlight National GED Day. Last year was the first time we did it. It's coming up, and there are some links in here to promote it if you're interested. I would say hang on to this information because we're very close to this day now. But if you want to start a month or more before next year, these are different links. They're hot links that will be in the presentation I send you. So you can use these to promote it if you would like. This particular spot right here, this GED National GED Day, is a logo you can use as well. So we're trying to get this more off the ground. It's starting slowly, but there are some centers that have some sites who have really done it up and had celebrations on the day and took pictures and had, cupcakes and stuff like that. So I just think it would be, our purpose was to get rid of the stigma behind GED. There is still a stigma, and so we're trying to highlight that it is just another option for people and just present it. So these are like the taco days and the National Taco Day or National Donut Day. We are officially registered. So this is something I'm going, I think that there's a mayor has signed a declaration last year, and I'm going to try and meet with some legislators to see if we can sign a declaration. I met a state senator recently in Arizona who I'm going to approach. So if anybody wants support with that, I'd be happy to help. We just want to get the word out there just so that people are talking about GED a little more and feeling like it's not something to hide or be embarrassed about. So I also want to remind you about GED Grad Day, which is a very, very fun event that we do virtually. And if you go onto the Facebook account and go type in GED graduates, join that account, not only for GED Grad Day, but it's really nice just to see how everybody supports each other. There's just so many people out there that are interested in supporting people who haven't yet graduated and giving advice and asking for encouragement. And it's really kind of a beautiful thing to watch. Okay, the GED Manager and Prep Connect. That's what I told you I would talk to you a little about. It's Prep Connect is relatively new, but it's not brand new, but it's not being utilized very much. So I wanted to make sure you knew that it's there. If you do not see Prep Connect on your landing page when you go into GED Manager, go ahead and ask for it from me, or go through the link in the website. But you should be able to see this if you have it on your landing page. So this is where you would see how many people are interested in your particular site. And right here it says 0, but you know, chances are you open yours and you'll have some in there. Some centers are having somebody check this maybe once a week. Some people are doing it once a month. It just depends on how much activity there is. But it is a way to not only recruit students, but also it's a way to get them involved in your site, and you can let me just show you what it's like. You can go into Manage Student, down to Manage GED Prep Connect. You can create lists of students by date range, in order to see how many people in a certain date range, because you don't necessarily want to reach out to people who were interested 5 years ago. But if you have a recent list of people who have shown interest, you would go in and go into edit right here, as their name, that we've blocked out the name, but when you go into edit, so here's where it shows the date range and the list. When you go into edit, you're able to take notes, put notes in there. And then you also are able to change it from enrolled to expressed interest or attempted contact. And that's where you would write some notes, or dismissed. Maybe they just changed their mind. But that way you get it out of that interested category and do something with that person. No matter what it is, but they can't be interested forever. So we're just trying to get people to move them out of there. As you see here, contacted, this icon is the note. So if you hover over, if you click on that, you'll be able to see whatever notes were made on that person, if they were contacted, last week or last month, and what the notes said. And we want to make sure that you realize that because they have selected your site, clearly they're giving you permission to reach out. So you can text or email or call. And if you do have them, of course, if they have not selected your site as being interested in your site, you will not see them in your GED Manager. Of course, you probably already know that, but they do need to select your site for to be able to be seen in there. There's more information in the how-to guides on the website, and this is a link to those as well. The only thing new about GED Direct, I know that it's been around now for a little while, and of course it's the way to purchase tests without having to deal with expiration dates or voucher numbers. But they have just recently added the retakes in there. They only had the OP tests and the in-person tests and the ready practice tests until now, but we're really excited that the retakes have been added in. And as you know, GED Readies are available on GED Direct at a volume discount if you buy more than 24. And actually, even the original unit price at $565, if you just buy one, is a lot cheaper than $799 through the GED Marketplace. GED Works is a program. These are only some of the people in the companies involved with GED Works, and they basically pay for the whole gamut. They pay for all the tests. They pay for an advisor to guide the student, all the practice tests until they pass. So it's basically a guaranteed pass. As long as they want to keep trying, we'll keep providing the tests through these employers, and they're finding that it's really worth it for them to do this because it's a way for them to recruit employees. It's a way for them to maintain employees. It's a way for them to have employees further their education and possibly even work up a management scale to do better. And the newer additions to GED Works have been some Medicaid companies are offering it to their members because they're finding that um, there there are benefits in education that affect people's health and well-being and their entire family's health and well-being. And not only that, it also improves their income. And then quite often they'll find themselves no longer needing Medicaid because they are now able to earn more money. So even Medicaid programs are paying for this. So if you want to explore that, it's definitely worth exploring. There's a link I put in here. And also you can log into your account and go to the Works Connector. And this will show employers in the area. So a person can, from that link, go in and put in their zip code, and they can find if there's any GED Works companies in their area that they might want to approach to work at so that they can get this paid for. So it's a great resource. Important tools and resources. I don't have a lot in here because I'm sure that I have a lot in here, but they're linked. I don't have a lot of slides about it, but there's the only thing that is relatively new here is the our website was updated. These are now up at the top, and I'm sure you're clearly aware of that by now. There are a few teaching resources that are new. There's a student handbook and a GED playbook and the learning styles ebook. I talked about the learning styles. And there's also now a digital upskilling pathways document. And down here, there's some new math resources for you as well. And then I tried to make a list of some of the resources available in Spanish for both students and educators. It's probably bigger now. I made this a while ago, but I did create also a free document resource, a free GED TS resource document, and that is something you can print out or have on your computer. I just pulled all the free resources into one document, if that's helpful for you. And I do include the Spanish ones if they're available on there. So it's just all in one place rather than having to search all over the website for it if you want to access it that way. These are the new resources I mentioned, that the playbook and the student book, and then the learning styles ebook. And I wanted to make sure you have all the right contacts and you can share this with students as well. And I just have this last slide for if you have Q&A, but I want to get it to the email address because I want to make sure you guys all know how to reach me. Beyond that, I would be happy to send you a free practice test. Like I said, if you have your own account to get a feel for what it's like to take the practice test, you probably have all done that too. But you can have it and give it away if you want. You can just fill out this form and then I'll send it to you. And that way you'll have my email address too. I think after this, I do have a list of resources I put in there, but I'm going to just give you a minute. I know we're like 12 minutes to time up, and I can go back to it if you need me to. Yeah, I did put a list of resources in here just if you want. So those will be in there too when you get your copy of the presentation. And now I'm trying to get back to stop sharing. There we go. Okay, so any other questions that you had that came up? Let me know. I hope this was helpful. There are just a few new things, and I probably am missing some new things because there are always new things going on at GED, but no questions? Oh, wait, there's a chat. I don't know. Is that? Yeah, that's it. Thanks.
Yes, there was a question about, is this session being recorded? And it was answered saying, yes, it is going to be recorded and distributed. So that was the last question.
Great. Well, that's what I got, and I will be available for more questions if you see me at the conference, or by email anytime.
Thank you so much, Lisa. We appreciate your time and giving us all that info. And Sean, congratulations on the new job and look forward to seeing you as well. Come out
Thank
to
you.
Utah.
Thank you. There was a
Thank you.
question someone just put in about the conference this summer.
Yeah.
Thank you for the training, the updates, and where's the conference this summer?
So the conference
Oh,
is happening
it's-
October 6th and 7th. And
Oh.
it's happening in Salt Lake City.
And that's your
So,
conference. I don't know if the question was about our
oh,
GED
excuse me.
conference. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
So it's going to be in Atlanta, and I don't have the exact dates, but it's the last couple days of July and the 1st of August, I think. I'm not sure, but somewhere like that. And hi, Alicia. It's nice to meet you. Yeah, so hopefully we can see some of you guys in Atlanta. I might even bring my mom. She's excited to go too because she has family there. So I'm looking forward to it. Did anybody here get to go to the Chicago one? No? Well, no. Hopefully somebody can make it to Atlanta. All right. Well, thank you for attending, and I hope that we see you guys also at some of the other professional development seminars that we're going to be doing in the fall. I know there's all the different content areas are going to be covered, as well as accommodations, and I think we're maybe doing something on mobile testing, or there's going to be several. So I'm sure you've already gotten a list, or I look forward to seeing you all there.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you,
Thank
Lisa.
you. All right.